Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And today we're going to be checking out Opalscence into the Opalverse Comic Studio, which is absolutely we didn't mention for a round of those things. So before I might going to be doing this, let's turn on the show on spoilers. But that is not going to be for such as anyways that before we're gonna begin of this video. So we're gonna be talking about later. So. I recently found for some kind of for shocking things as well. We don't really think that Roblox could might be able to get sued around here, and I never believed that the United States government has declared for around for child safety concerns around for multiple games from around the world, but I cannot believe it for some sort of gambling incident like those things. I'm not pretty sure for some sort of gambling reference is going on here. So, nothing in the ways that we're going to be talking about here for some sort of like this. It was probably for the first days of the month before Valentine's Day, but I cannot believe that Roblox CEO is going to be getting rid of all of the mature content, but not is absolutely going to be staying a little bit for concerns as well. The parent permissions are going to be getting even more restricted like this, even for some sort of the ID code for around as well for the technological future as well, since by 2030s. As I talked for around for several like those things, David Baszucki decided to make this even more safer against hackers, including mature content and inappropriate reference from anything as well. So now let's get back to the video as well. And probably nothing is owned by something as well, and it wasn't gonna be for her sites as well, because this is gonna be her character like this, and I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be for such as a little bit as well. Not the first off, I wasn't even for some sort of like this thing as well. I was not a Christianist as well, but I'm not gonna be in love with her for this a long time. Even that the Asian islands have breached the population all over the internet videos. Because I'm not very sure that her channel wasn't probably exist, but I never gonna be able to be showing you why. So, we're gonna be started with absolutely only one thing. That the name is Opal. There is no real name that absolutely never to be find whenever that isn't going to be for one itself. And it was maintained by Ricey and Opalscence. Or the Opalscence. Yep. This is going to be for one truly for a thing as well. So let's review the characters and see what's going for run here. So the first thing is absolutely for pretty standard, but I'm not pretty sure that her mouth could be for around Kicky Run reference, and I kind of believe she looks definitely an antichrist. But another one was actually even for more monstrosity like this. Another one is for some of the cat discord, and even for the darkness like this thing as well. For some sort of like this. The Opaldor was actually for some sort of nightmaristic as well. Henny Sojak Jade Pal was absolutely for unknown for this thing as well. And I'm not pretty sure that she might look like for an everything as Antichrist like for about all of the females as well. Another one is Kankinscenes. Kankinscenes was probably from the darkness, even for some sort of nearby the outer core like this. Another one is the Opal Eggsy, which is more scarier than Opaldor. Another one is the Roblox Siege. This is the Roblox version of her, and she no longer able to be in Roblox unless that the CEO of Roblox has just reviewed her about for this thing as well, and her account might going to be terminated as well. The account has been terminated for some sort of unknown reason. She no longer plays Roblox for the inappropriate content for a round of this. So this changes comes to for multiple content around of this, and copyrights have just going to be pushing forward and moving forward against them as well from the developers, from rail fans and other types like vehicles and multiple contents and logos. Another one could be eventually from the BFDI Opal. This is actually the version of Battle for Dream Island. This is actually for one thing, of course, and I'm not gonna be leaving for just only for one thing as well. The real life Opal was actually for this thing as well. This is the basic thing as the Opal, and could be for some sort of like this thing as I'm not pretty possible is going to be this thing as well. Unlike Opel, which is absolutely for some sort of car brand, absolutely from Germany as well. I'm not pretty sure. This isn't going to be quietly existed as well, but some kind of other countries that who made this country or some kind of made the car company for manufactured as the real life Opel. Nope, not the real life Opel, it's Opel. Like pretty to do so as well. But last three more, this is not interesting that I just not going to do. It was Opalscence. And another one is Cianpal, or the Cianpal as well, and Nyam as well. There must be Yam Yam over here for another one as well. So there must be only one sprites, three sprites also, and there's also one. Another sprite that Opal actually made for something even ridiculous, that the cuteness of dominance could be Cookie Kingdom. It was absolutely more ridiculously cute than My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Equestria Girls series. Instead of the Generation 5 for some sort of like this, I wouldn't believe it that we're going to be taking this a little bit for once again. So the next one is items, and probably some things could be for some kind of banners and unknown things for such as the inner land viruses like this. The unknown thing for unknown reference, that must be her tablet and her sketchbook for round of this thing. This is not able to be making any sense why she's leaving here, but don't do this in the comments as well, as I will be able to be saying for this. Another one is the effects could be for around here, and this is actually for one thing for a little bit stylish as well, so the background should be only one. But I'm not pretty used to be for going around onto the channel just like this. So that was the entire of the comic creator as well. So the multiple of the submitted sprites like this have been quietly accepted for many more of those things. Another one is the pear tree and multiple other kinds of like this, but there is nothing around here for many more as well. So there are no sprites in for the effects and the items as well, like the props. Except even the backgrounds, it has only one left. The Opal Land. I'm probably pretty sure that sometimes that you're able to be flying around. I'm pretty possibly that we're not able to be finding out, as I'm not pretty sure. And so, I wouldn't be able to be finding when everything it goes. So, I cannot believe this is actually for nothing going to be the same as well. So, she will be going to be right in the next door as of South Park, as I'm pretty possibly sure. Okay, that wasn't going to be for such as a little bit for one sense as well. So, I might probably going to be still finding a little bit for one thing at South Park. Let's try the beta version and find for the room. This is not going to be my room as always. So, this is perhaps like when actually going to be in the South Park mode. And here she is. And quietly, it's going to be for one over here, for just right in the corner. So, I might gonna be added a little bit more characters, like anything as well. Nothing instead of South Park characters as well. Let's get around here for Diary of a Wimpy Kid reference. Before, we're going to be searching for a little bit for one thing as well. As you might be able to be seeing, the results is over here. The results that absolutely added Powerpuff Girls around here for Diary of a Wimpy Kid reference. Unless, I'm not pretty sure that Frank Heffley is absolutely probably in this room for some kind of unknown reason as well. So that Susan Heffley is absolutely might going to be yelling to come down and having a little talk for this something. So absolutely, we're going to be trying to find all the way for down here. So even that's absolutely like this. The Opalscence was actually for unknown reason for only one thing as well. So I'm not very sure. Everything was probably not existing, except for these things as well. And I'm pretty possibly not never sure. So we're going to be finding out what are the post comics to do this as well. Let's review the comics around for those multiple posts. And it's absolutely literally 2 comics, and there's 3. This is not probably good. There's 4. There's 5. Oh, this is one thing is not going to be safe. There's 6. Alright, we're going to be finding around here. And 2 for some browsing for her comics. Alright, attaboy. Here we go for round for this thing as well. So, it's absolutely having for multiple comics, even as possible like themselves as well. Even this is not gonna be for only one thing as well, as we're probably not going to be seeing like this, and it was permanently that I'm not pretty trying to do so, that I just find it out, for some kind of for unknown reasons like this. The total rate could be for 7 out of 10, including this one, and this, and this, and this, and this, and not anywhere as possibly as well. As you look like this for some sort of her followers to make the Opalscence here, that will be pretty not cool, not a little bit cool for this thing as well. So this is not going to be for having that absolutely that I just tried to do it. So this is her tablet that she completely make her comics like those things. So probably it's, I'm not pretty sure that she was in the USS. No, that must be for Soviets like this. As we're looking for many more as well, even though this is not going to be 7 out of 10, lower rates for down to 6 out of 10, except this, even for the previous pages or the next pages as well. So the first comics is absolutely for this thing. It was a long time ago, and it's gonna be one thing as well, and another one. I'm not pretty sure that her feelings wasn't going to be even that sense. And I never guessed that wasn't going to be for a little bit good as well. So, her content wasn't actually going to be worth it anyways. So, let's get back for this thing as well before we're going to be end of this video for wrap up for this thing as well. The link is going to be in the description before we're going to be end of this video. So, that must be that I just added 2 blackberry cookies onto the purple background and to the Opalverse like this. The Hall of Opals was fulfilled with 3 angel cookies. There's bubbles over here for one thing as well flying around. So right behind it must be going to be for opals like this. The opals inventions, I mean opals infection around here. So she wasn't going to be like this, that I just saying this as well, that she got being focused by for devil girls like this. So, as I probably find here for the studio crossovers, that must be a devil angel, some kind of a little bit for right back as well, for some kind of one surprising, as I'm not going to be insanely absolutely wanted to find this. I never gonna be explained it as well, for some kind of, that since Halloween, that added costumes to turn into opposite directions like this. And I won't believe this one isn't going to be for a little bit alright. There is Frank Heffley around in her room with Manny Heffley. There's Bubbles Utonium. I mean, there's Buttercup looking at her for this thing right behind them as well. Even though that wasn't gonna be actually trying to say to get her out as well. Probably her identity was intense illegalments as well. And we're not probably sure for the state police are going to be investigating her life. I'm not pretty sure this is going to be real. No, this is going to be real that I never expected wanted to say for about this. And that is all for the entire Opalscence into the Opalverse Comic Studio. Thankfully, that will be probably the end of this video, but I wasn't able to be added a little bit more around of these Cookie Run characters, like even though as well. So, if you're going to be trying to find out when you're a bad guy as well in this comic studio, the link is going to be in the description below, including the main website to browse some comics, exploit some cringe content that you're not able to be recommended to use to find out when you're just going to be seeking this out. Whenever that wasn't going to be quite fully interesting and about for some sort of like those comics like cringe and GIFs as well, including for their audios like the video files on their copyright concerns. Thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'm gonna be seeing you in 2 days, and have a nice day for around here, mini lads, Comic Studio users, and fellow viewers all later, but I'll be see you next time in the next video.